As the People's Democratic Party, PDP, remains embroiled in leadership crisis, its officials appear not to be helping matters, with litigations over several matters. In another instance, Justice Inyang Ekwo of the Federal High Court in Abuja has turned down the request of the embattled National Secretary of the PDP, Senator Samuel Anyanwu, to stop the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, from giving effect to his removal as Secretary of the party. Rather, Justice Ekwo ordered Anyanwu to put INEC and other defendants in his new suit on notice to appear in court to enable him hear their side. Anyanwu approached the court with an ex-parte application praying the judge to restrain INEC or any of its agents from receiving or giving effect to correspondences and written submissions that emanated or may emanate from the PDP except those signed by him. The judge said he would not grant the request of the plaintiff through an ex-parte application, but would prefer to hear from the defendants before issuing any order.
We therefore urge all PDP faithfuls
Okay, Ajay, let's look at it. Now that the court has, rejected the prayers of Samuel Anyanwu to stop his removal by INEC, what is the next line of action for him?
Well, if I read the grounds posited by the court, and I think they are very valid positions. On my own, he violated the PDP constitution, and his grounds. Did
he really violate the PDP constitution?
Yeah, that's according to the, to the court, to the position of the court, because he vowed to contest for an election, even within the party, and as National General Secretary of the same party. And he wanted the court to set aside the judgment of the lower court. Okay. And if you look at what this recent judgment is consistent with the, judgment of the lower court. Wow. So there's some level of assurance that he might lose, even if he goes further, as the court has now adjourned to March 10. Okay. The position of this National General Secretary is pivotal to administration of the political party. So it's a very key position that it's just need to ensure that he grabs that position.
Okay, but let me come in here. Yeah. Okay, during looking at that argument that he violated the party constitution, and there are some who have argued that what is good for the goose is good for the gander. Some have said some persons, like the Deputy National Publicity Secretary of the party, Ibrahim Abdullahi, there was in fact a time where he contested for the governorship in Kebbi but lost and came back to his position. Another person, the immediate past national treasurer of the party, Adewale Aribisala, also contested in Ekiti and came back. In Taraba, the current governor of Taraba State, Abuja, state chairman of the party, he became the governor. So that's why I'm saying that why is it different? I'm not trying to hold beef for Samuel, but why is it different for him? What? If it actually violates the party constitution, why is it working for others?
Well, there are so many things that party leaders do. If those things are not challenged in the court, you may not be able to get the accurate interpretation.
Okay,
so
if it is not challenged,
but once you are able to challenge it and you are able to lay bare your arguments, then you stand a very good. You can violate the constitution if nobody challenges you. Okay, you can just go away with it. But this one has been taken to court, and the court has said that clearly, it's wrong. It's on the wrong part of history. So I think that in all, the PDP is facing internal combustion, and this is just a reflection of that internal crisis within the party. Okay. And it seems that it will definitely affect the party in the electoral functions of the party in future elections, unless the party can do something on time, to bring the loose ends, together. So for now, if we look at the number of people that have decamped from the party, almost on a regular basis, the APC now has 64 members in the Senate. Even in Kaduna just a few days ago, some also decamped from the House of Assembly. So you ask yourself that as this party can go into any election in a fractured, polarized form. So this we warn about the Anyanwu is just another aspect of the crisis facing the party. So I think, the PDP is having a very big challenge within itself. And if it's not careful, it may not be able to make expected impact in the coming elections.
Okay. Now, another question is, should the courts be the one to decide who occupies the post of the National Secretary of the party?
No, it depends
Should the courts be the one to decide?
This is it. It depends on what the party constitution says.
Okay.
Okay. So if the party constitution says when you are leaving for any executive position to go and vie for any executive, you resign. If it's there stated there in the party, then you resign. And then don't forget, the position that Anyanwu was holding,
yes,
or is holding, okay, so holding,
based on this matter, though, but
was holding,
but we don't know what
is a very sensitive one, because if you are the chairman or the national secretary,
okay,
those are the two key positions in the party, because whatever will happen, how they will sit, where they will sit, everything falls into the national secretary. The national secretary is a very powerful position in any political party. And for him to have left to go and vie for another position, to become governor,
yes,
that position shouldn't have been left vacant. It's just like saying the national chairman, wait, those ones that is what I'm telling you, that for national secretary,
yes,
that position is vital. It's just like saying a national chairman going to contest for a president. A national chairman of a political party, if he's leaving, somebody has to take that position.
But the state chairman of a political party went to contest for governorship.
How strong is that state? How strong is it? And what is the party's constitution? Let me tell you, let me read what Sam Anyanwu is actually holding his own facts and his basis, based on section 47, subsection 5 of the PDP. And that it reads that any officer elected into the executive committee of a party of any level may resign his or her office by giving 30 days notice in writing to the appropriate executive committee, except in the case of resignation for the purpose of vying for elective office, which shall be effective within the period of stipulated, in the guidelines issued for, that is what he is holding on to.
Okay.
May. That word may. Now, may can be either you are there or you are not there. So it depends on what the party takes. Now, the court is now saying that, because if you notice what the Court of Appeal, their judgment is declarative. You have to leave. That is what the Court of Appeal says. You have to leave. He didn't just say, okay, we are going to. So the Court of Appeal has actually removed him from that seat completely and gave the seat to Ude Okoye. That is what he says. So now, if based on what he is holding on to, the Court of Appeal has come out to say, you left the party and you don't have any rights to come back and take that position again. Because based on that May, the party have decided to say, okay, because you left, somebody else has taken over. And now the party, those in the party, the BOT, and including the governors, have decided to back Ude Okoye. Now he is also going to the High Court now to now say, okay, anything that comes from that office, should another mistake he made, you are going to the court, and then you are not also fixing your own side, because he was supposed to have included the national chairman. You are supposed to have also included the INEC, because you cannot shave somebody's head in his absence. Exactly. It's not possible. True. So that is what the court is telling him. So I don't know how far this will go, because even the Court of Appeal matter has also gone to the Supreme Court. He has also appealed and is going to the Supreme Court. So by March 10, that will now decide if he's actually the national chairman. Because we are the national secretary, sorry. Because there were so many other things that were involved. Even I heard that they even forged their, PDP is a very funny party. They even forged their guidelines, from what I heard.
All right, let's talk about the infighting in the PDP. 2027. Do you think they will be able to get their acts right before 2027? Because some persons have even argued that for the PDP to get the NWC need to be dissolved first, before they can actually get their acts right. But for 2027? What are your thoughts?
Well,
do you think they will be able to...
In terms of strength, in terms of capacity, in terms of networking, I think the APC is negotiating from position of advantage. Look at the number of governors. I think PDP has 12 governors or so, and then APC has 21.
No governor has affected so far.
So far. And instead of, even in the face of the uproar against economic situations and all that, more people are moving from PDP to
the opposition to the APC.
So I think the APC appears to be led by experienced politicians who know how to identify very strong individuals, influential individuals, and they are doing everything covertly and overtly to lure them.
But the APC also have their own issues too,
but
going on.
In spite of the crisis within the APC, it's not pronounced enough
to
be able to wreck, the
serious advert
in its foundation. And no aggrieved member, no outstanding aggrieved member of the APC has moved to any other party. So in terms of strength, in terms of today, if there's an election, I think the opposition will suffer, not that I like it, but that's the reality on the ground, a humiliating defeat. And there are no signs that the PDP is ready to readjust itself, because there is so much strain on the party. The people, the 5 governors that left, we are still facing the impact.
And
then even in terms of ability to engage the contradictions of the state, in terms of coming out with superior policies, in terms of their policies on inflation, their statements, they don't appear to have a superior argument that makes them to be a better alternative to the current leadership.
Some have said why the PDP is maybe there are spies in from the APC. The APC is
they are afraid to galvanize the people, to give people hope that, this is a better option. So I think as it is now, it's very difficult for the PDP. But I wish them well. I hope they can go back to the drawing board. And then, but as it is now, I don't think...
for 2027, do you think?
It's very vital. If, for instance, you are an opposition, I don't want you to be an opposition whereby you just attack government for attacking sake.
Come up with alternatives.
What are the policies? This policy is not good. This is a better alternative. This is a better policy. If, for instance,
and
people
give us
now
empirical facts.
You understand?
Not just
and then not only that. If, for instance, you are giving me a policy that is making sense, it means that one of the governors out of the 12 governors are also implementing that policy, because that is your party's policy and is working in that state. So people will now see that, okay, fine, this is it. When APC was opposition and they were talking about their own policy and what they will bring in, look at their governors then. That is just to tell you, just have that.
The way you're talking, you're sounding as if you're disappointed in opposition
completely, because most of them, they are just saying their opposition. The only thing they want to do is how to remove President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as president. No,
without giving alternatives.
That is not the issue. The issue is, okay, what are you bringing to the table?
What you do differently?
Differently from what is happening, because all the presidential candidates, they actually said they will remove subsidy. Fine. They've removed the subsidy. Okay, so what else? What do you want to bring in? What alternative are you bringing? So that is what Nigerians want to hear. If you are truly the opposition, okay, bag of rice is 80,000 or whatever, or 50,000. Oh, I'm going to make you 50. How do you want to do it?
What are the measures you will put?
Are they selling it in your state, a state that has a PDP governor? Those are some of the things that they should be talking about.
When you begin to constantly attack, personalities, you will diminish people's confidence in you.
And not talking on the issues.
You can't be playing football and you'll be attacking the legs of your opponents.
Exactly.
Talk about issues. Nigerians are very intelligent people.
True.
Address them and tell, look, this is a better alternative. This is what we want to do better.
Simple.
That is absent, as we speak today.